You guys, we're going back to the movies.
I know, we're seeing a movie again.
In general, last thing we saw in theaters, I actually looked this up. For us, it was Birds of Prey. Don't you ever touch my car. But today we're going to see Tenet.
You know how I feel about Christopher Nolan? I think about this sometimes. I'm like, what if Michael Bay went to art school?
But I'm down for that.
Christopher Nolan doesn't blow up as good as Michael Bay does. Movie theaters are taking a chance. They're open again. They're like, oh, we've got all these special air filters, and and you got to wear your mask and all this sort of stuff. And tell you what, I want a double mask. Ready for this?
Double mask?
I'm a double mask it. I know it might not actually help more or something. I don't know. I don't care. I'm a double mask.
I feel like that's going to kill you, possibly.
Yeah. What better time to go back to the theater than with a twisty, turny Christopher Nolan movie that, looking at the trailers,
I have no idea what it's about.
Absolutely no clue.
No, I have no idea what it's. It's to do with time in some way.
Yeah, there's going to be times, and there's a Tenet, and it's going to open the right doors and some of the wrong ones. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. What could you be writing in Tenet that's going to revolutionize the world? I, for one, can't wait to find out.
I hope I soil myself.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's your least favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
That's tough. Probably Rises. Dark Knight Rises. It feels kind of Frankenstein together. It doesn't super know what it wants to be. It's just kind of hot button smashing on a different thing, but it's not really saying anything about one thing. It's just kind of whispering about a bunch of different things.
I fucking despise Insomnia. I thought that movie was such it just felt like such movie of the week, boring fucking nonsense garbage. It felt like a bad rip-off Fincher movie. It just didn't feel like anything. Probably my second least favorite is probably Interstellar.
My second least favorite would be Inception.
Inception, I think, is great when you watch it the first time, but I do think every time you watch it, it loses a little bit.
But I feel like that's most Nolan movies half the time.
Let's go.
Twisty, turny adventures. Yep. Back in the theater. Sam, don't forget your mask. Mask up, everyone.
You know the tennis. Last time it was no tennis.
Don't throw this at me. You've been wearing it the whole time. You've been crying into it.
Stupid mask. My existential dread of being infected with the coronavirus may have impacted my ability to enjoy the movie. Either that, or maybe this movie was a train wreck of dog shit.
I couldn't hear any of this movie, and maybe that would have helped, but I kind of have a sinking suspicion too that it probably wouldn't have, because whenever I did hear the dialogue, it was a little there's
So after we watched it, I was like, okay, let me make sure I understood that movie, or what did I miss? I went and I looked at the Wikipedia synopsis, and I came to understand that I didn't miss a goddamn thing. The whole world's going to be destroyed. Everyone and everything you know completely decimated, including my son. So Tenet follows the protagonist, who's played by John David Washington, who's brought into this sort of secret underground spy world of spy missions that involve moving forward and backward through time.
Basically, in the future, people have figured out how to send things back in time to reverse objects, what they call polarity or whatever.
See, now, who are you? Are you Christopher Nolan? Because you're getting way too in the weeds now.
Well, yeah, none of the actual, going reverse in time stuff happens until well over halfway into the movie. And it's just why?
There were moments, in the movie, they were at these locations, why are we here?
You guys remember when we spent 5 minutes going to, England to meet Michael Caine for his only scene in the movie?
For nothing.
Yeah, for absolutely no reason.
And if you're making a James Bond movie with time travel, just make it sexy and fun. Don't have this whole, abused wife subplot. Make her just, a duplicitous double agent person who he's sleeping with. Just make it more James Bond.
The dialogue is terrible. It's embarrassing.
It's very bad.
Embarrassing dialogue.
Yeah.
And it's I can't stress enough when I say it's all expository. It is all
some of the
expository.
The acting was bad.
And the acting's not good. Yeah,
Yeah, everyone felt like bored. And that's the other thing about James Bond movie is like everyone should be super. Again, it's like if you're trying to make this paradigm where we're going around the world and you want to make that feel organic, everyone has to be over the top and ridiculous.
Right. There's no characters in this. There's a
No.
script full of embarrassing bad dialogue. And arguably the biggest crime, because this is where something like Inception will succeed and a movie like this fails, the central gimmick at the center of the film, the sort of like central blockbuster visual thing that we're drawn in for, they do cool stuff with it in Inception. Whereas in Tenet, you forget about the whole time aspect altogether. But there's just nothing visually interesting happening in this Christopher Nolan big blockbuster prestige film that's centered around, you know, having an interesting, you know, core concept and action also, and nothing's going on with any of it.
Individual, like moment for moment, even if you're not using the time element, the action scenes were fucking weak.
I guess at the end of this, I don't want to go back to theaters. Is what I
Not
feel
yet.
like.
No, I mean that's how I feel. I mean this was the only
It
movie
felt a little
was like,
silly. The whole time I was just like, wow, I know this is like in a theater and stuff, and I've been dying to go back to the theater. But like, I kind of wish I was at home watching this right now.
I want subtitles. Oh man, I want subtitles.
Subtitles
Would
would be
so
very
bad.
useful.
Not that I think that'll probably make the movie better, but God.
The death of cinema.
Oh, shut up. As they said in Tenet.
Well, I guess that's that. Torin, I don't know about you, but I don't want to